Hey everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of Wellness Mastery Project. I'm super excited to have you back again here. Our today's guest is none other than an expert in two of the most renowned ancient Indian sciences. One is Ayurveda and the other one is Yoga. And today's guest is Dr. Sumeet Sharma. Dr. Sumeet is an Ayurvedic doctor. He is currently practicing in Australia. But before leaving to Australia, he has already served Punjab government as an Ayurvedic medical officer for almost 10 years. He has also helped more than 80,000 people in achieving their health goals. Apart from being an Ayurvedic doctor, he also specializes in yoga therapy, stress management, plantation of medicinal plants, home remedies, and kitchen herbs. Dr. Sumeet is on a mission to educate and empower people to lead a healthy lifestyle. So guys, Dr. Sumeet is going to share a lot of value today in this video, so make sure that you guys are ready with your pen and notebook and make sure you take all the notes from him. Now, I also have a good news for you. If you watch this video till the end, Dr. Sumeet is going to be sharing 9 scientifically tested and proven tips, which are going to be so easy and simple that right after this video itself, you can apply them on yourself and start to lead a healthier lifestyle. So make sure you stay till the end. And now help me welcoming the guest of the day, Dr. Sumeet. Hi, Dr. Sumeet. It's a pleasure having you here with us right now. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me here. It's wonderful. I'm also super excited to be with you right now.
Great, Dr. Sumeet. Thank you so much for coming on board. And Dr. Sumeet, as you already know, I have shared with you about our community Wellness Mastery Project. So the reason why I have invited you today is to introduce you to the community and also help the community with the knowledge that you have. But before we start to really learn from you what Ayurveda is and what are the different lifestyle management tips that we can learn from you, I am very keen on understanding how your journey of Ayurveda and yoga started. So if you could let us know how it all started.
Yes, it's a very good question actually, because my journey started from my childhood, because my father is an Ayurveda practitioner and journey started from home. So you can say that the Ayurveda, the way of living, I learned it from my home, and slowly as I grew up, I got more interest in this therapy, in this way of living, in this holistic approach towards your life. So that's how it all started, because since childhood I always look upon my father, how he treats his patients, how he gave advices, and how he cooperated Ayurveda in his living. That was my first motivation, and I then decided to go with it, and so to be a good part of the society that can serve the society and help the society in many ways.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, not many of us are blessed, to have this sort of an engagement at home itself, where the inspiration is coming from home, and that drove in behavior to go ahead and start to become somebody who can really help others. Sounds amazing, Dr. Sumeet. And I already knew a little bit about this, but today even I got a lot more about this. So great. Thank you so much. Dr. Sumeet, I also, know that you have recently completed your another post-graduation in yoga. And as I was discussing last time with you, I know that you have spent, 10 years working with Punjab government as a Ayurvedic medical officer. So what drove you to go towards yoga post-graduation even after 10 years of a government job?
Yes, it's always the zest to achieve more, to improve yourself. So in that path, when I was working for government of Punjab, I always felt that there should be something more that I can give to the society to complete their healing part. Because Ayurveda can take care of the physicality, and Ayurveda also mentioned that the proper health, the definition of health according to Ayurveda, it covers the physical part, the mental part, and the spiritual part. With all the herbs and the medications, you can cover or you can treat the physical diseases, but to cover the mental part and the spiritual part, there is nothing better than yoga. That's why I decided to go for this, and I can say that I found myself as well while studying this post graduation or while doing this course. I it helped me to find myself, I can say, and to improve my abilities to heal and to serve the community.
No, that's great. And in fact, being a yoga teacher myself itself, I can understand what you're talking about in terms of, finding yourself and how can it really help a lot of people. So
Yes.
that's great. But being a government job person, Dr. Sumit, was it easy for you to move from one place to another place and continue to, because it's a 2 years of a course, which is a post graduation course of yoga that you have done, and it requires a lot of time from your side. So how was the journey? Did you face a lot of hardships or was it easy? Please take us through that.
It was a tough decision to start with, I can say that. And once you start this journey, I faced a lot of hardships and ups and downs during that because, being in a government structure, working in a government structure and having all the notes from your superiors to go for a course and paying all this by yourself, nothing from government. It was a very hard decision and it was very hard 2 years, but I can say that fruitful years that I have spent of my life while studying this post graduation.
Great. So, I mean, that really shows your commitment, because even after having so many of hardships, you still continued and you have completed the course. And now you are in Australia, so you are using that knowledge in again both Ayurveda and yoga. You are sharing the both the knowledge with the people of Western world. And
Yes, of course. It was actually kind of my commitment to achieve more, as I told you earlier, that how to improve myself so that I can serve the society in a more advanced, better, and that is what is needed in today's world. That's what I can say.
that's true. That's true. It is very much required. In fact, we truly believe in this that today, more than anything else, people in the field of yoga, fitness, wellness, health are required a lot because the way the world is leading ahead, they are really required, to take care of the people. So that's so true. Great.
Absolutely right.
Great, Dr. Sumit. It was, wonderful to understand about your journey, how it all started, and the two major sciences of India, ancient sciences of India, you have got the expertise in. So that's a very very good combination that you have to help people over there. Awesome. So, Dr. Sumit, I have a couple of questions for you, which we get usually from our community members and even from the subscribers that we have on YouTube channel. And one of them is, what are some of the myths around Ayurveda? There are a lot of people nowadays who, talk about Ayurveda, that Ayurveda is this, Ayurveda is that, and on the name of Ayurveda also, there are a lot of information which is there on Google, and there are so many articles. So, have you come
Yes.
across anything, which you think that basically are the myths, but still people are continuing to go ahead with them?
Yes, absolutely. It's a very needed question, I will say, because people usually treat or see Ayurveda as a pathy to treat disease only. But I will say it is not like that. Ayurveda, firstly, you have to understand what Ayurveda means. Ayurveda comes from two words like Ayu plus Veda. That becomes Ayurveda. Ayu means life and Veda means the knowledge. So that knowledge that teaches you or tell you how to live a well, happy, and prosperous life is Ayurveda. So mostly people think it's a pathy to treat diseases, which is not true properly, I can say. And second myth is, I can say the myth or on a bit of like negative part also, this image. Nowadays, Ayurveda, due to the globalization of everything in today's world, Ayurveda sometimes we feel that it get confined to the spa centers and aromatherapies, all that. Yes, it is also a part of Ayurveda, but Ayurveda is not only confined to spa centers, massages, aromatherapies. But I want to share this with our viewers that you can see that how Ayurveda touches even the most subtle aspects of your life, that the sense of smell and massage, which oils to use, they are giving you the healing. They are healing you in many ways. Even the simple aromatherapy, people are making, there are international levels and studios around the world. But the point is, Ayurveda is taking care of such small things. We have to respect Ayurveda that it has taken care of even the subtle aspects of your living. But nowadays, we are seeing Ayurveda only as in the case of spa centers, aromatherapies, only massages, which is not good. And I will say it is a myth about the image and the definition of Ayurveda. About definition of Ayurveda, I'll say. Yes.
Okay, very well put, Dr. Sumit. I mean, in fact, I also agree because I live in Bangalore, right? So I see a lot of Ayurvedic centers which are mostly, used by people only for the massages and not
Yes.
beyond that. Actually, people go. What I've seen is this only when it comes to Ayurveda. I teach yoga on a daily basis, and what I see from people and hear from people is all about massages. Okay, they go for Ayurvedic massages, but nothing else as an understanding of Ayurveda. So
Yes, I one more myth, and I think the most important one is that mostly people who are a bit near to Ayurveda or who know a bit Ayurveda, who have experienced Ayurveda in one way or the other, they usually say that Ayurveda has no side effects. I can tell you that everything has its side effects if it is not done or taken properly. So it is always recommended that you should take Ayurveda under the guidance of an expert and a well qualified doctor so that you should not get harmed. You should not get the ill effects. Because even if, like, suppose I can put it like that you eat food so that you can be healthy always. But sometimes you get food poisoning. See, that food that nourishes your body, your brain, can become poison if it is not cooked properly, or if it is not stored properly, or if it is not handled properly. All right. In the same way, if Ayurveda medications and herbs, if they are not prepared well, if they are not procured in a good manner, they can do a very big harm as well. All right. So it is a very big myth about Ayurveda that Ayurveda has no side effects. I want to share this with all our viewers that Ayurveda does have side effects, but if you are taking Ayurveda or Ayurvedic medications under the guidance of an expert, then you should be all right. You might be in the safe hands. Yes.
wow, I mean this is something really an eye opener that don't consider Ayurveda also just that it does not have side effects. It does not have if you go ahead with somebody who is an expert in it. But if you
Yes.
try at your home, guys, you can understand this that it's not just that you can continue to do things on the name of Ayurveda and say that it does not have any side effect. Even if I do not get a
Yes.
benefit, at least I will not get a side effect. You might get, so make sure you just get in touch with some expert who can really help you out with the things. And this also brings me
Mhm.
to the point, Dr. Sumit, thank you so much for sharing the myths. I also wanted to bring this point here. Today, we see that because of the lifestyle, the immunity has gone for a toss for almost everybody. And, what we see usually as a behavior is a small thing, like a cough or cold also makes you run to a pharmacy and get medicines to, just make sure that things are settled and then you get back to your work very fast. So, can Ayurveda help? I mean, are there any things which can help people at their home itself with a little bit of understanding of Ayurvedic lifestyle management and take care of their immunity and take care of their body so that at least these small things they don't have to run to a pharmacy and be dependent on the medicines for at least these things. Are there something like that?
Yes, yes, there are many. And to start with, I can say that you have touched the topic about cold and cough.
Yeah.
So I will say Ayurveda always teaches you that how to understand your body signs, your body language, and how your body responses. So if it is a cold or cough or a headache or a fever or whatever it is, you should have a look that what is going wrong inside your body, not outside. All right. And to start with, like if we're talking about cough and cold, there are very simple recommendations from Ayurveda I will quote a shloka, an aphorism from Ayurveda text that Akshi Kukshi Roga Pratishyaya Vranajvara Panchratri Langhan Sadhyaha. That means Akshi Roga, Akshi means eye, Kukshi, Kukshi Rog, Kukshi means stomach, Pratishay, that cold and cough, Vran and Jwar, fever, and any, you can say, any kind of other illnesses can be treated Panchratri Langhan. Langhan means fasting. If you do fasting for 5 nights, so it can be applied in two different ways. One is you should cut your dinner for 5 nights. Easy one. If you have enough strength in your body, you can cut 2 meals a day and confine it to 1 meal a day so that your body can digest and fight with that disease, whatever is going through in your body, and get rid of those toxins that are giving you a hard time so that body can heal itself and your immune system will work upon it to heal itself. So you don't have to go to a pharmacy or to a doctor to treat these diseases. Have warm water. Warm water is the biggest medicine in Ayurveda. So have warm water, do fast for 5 nights, and these things will be over very soon. It's not like these are only written in the books. I always try it on myself. I do follow these things. That's why I can put it in a, you can say, comprehensive and very in an assured way that these things do work. Just do it.
Wow. This is like a home remedy which almost anybody can do, if I'm not wrong, Dr. Sumit. Or are there any restrictions
Very
to some
right.
people?
Very right. These are the home remedies. That's why I told you that Ayurveda is not only the science for treating diseases, it's the way of living.
Yeah,
You can treat yourself if you know your body in a better way.
that's true.
The only thing that there might be some restrictions as well, depending upon if a person is having diabetes or hypertension or these kind of diseases, they should go for a proper guidance, as I told you earlier, that always take or follow Ayurveda under the guidance of an expert.
Hmm.
Yes, so that he can tell you in a better way that how to do. Can you fast for a full day, or can you fast for 5 nights, or just 3 nights, or how to cut your meals in a way so that body can heal itself.
That's great. So I think the message is very clear.
And and just to add upon that, you know that the last year Nobel Prize on Health is for fasting.
Yeah,
Everybody knows that yes. So fasting is nowadays is quite in, you can say, fashion, but Ayurveda has already given this concept of fasting to us, but the only thing we need is to follow this.
that's true. That's great. And in fact, now I think the message is very clear to all of us, and if you are watching this video, if you are not going through any of the, lifestyle disorders like diabetes or hypertension or any cardiac sort of disease, then you can definitely go ahead and follow this, the tip from Dr. Sumit right after, if you find any symptoms of cold, cough, or anything that you feel within the body is a sign and the body is not responding well. So you can go ahead with this 5 nights fasting. If you feel strong enough, you can go ahead full 5 days as well, and it'll help you out with that. Whatever symptoms you're going through, it'll help you out to come out with that. Great, Dr. Sumit.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for this, insight on how can people take care of the things at home itself when all of these things happen, cold and cough. Awesome. So, Dr. Sumit, see, you have been working for almost now more than 10 years. So, what's Dr. Sumit's approach when it comes to health and wellness? How do you help people in terms of, helping achieve their goals? What's your idea and approach to this?
See, I can tell you about this very clearly that I have a very different approach about this. Like, to achieve a wellness goal, first you have to recognize what your well-being goal is or what your health goal is. I always, whenever I give a consultation, I always discuss with my clients that what you want to achieve or what is giving you a hard time so that we can go deeper inside so that we can discuss, and we can plan a kind of treatment or a therapy that can suit your body, your wellness goals, or your health goals. So,
Yeah.
the very first point is to recognize what your wellness or well being goals are. And in addition to that, when we recognize or when we set a target, then we work according to, I can say, then we design a tailor-made therapy that suits to that very specific person, because every individual is different. And
Yeah.
Ayurveda says no two persons are equal. And even if two persons are having fever, we can treat them differently for the same diseases, because one might be having fever for another reason and other person might be having fever for some other reason. So we have to go inside, deep inside, consult, assess, and then take out those problems and treat them.
Mhm.
Yes.
So one size fits all doesn't work here. It's all about individual per
Never.
people. That's great. And I'm
Never,
sure,
never. In Ayurveda, it can never work. I told you, because everybody has different personalities. And in
yeah.
Ayurveda, we call it Prakriti, the body constitution, your genetic constitution, and how your body behaves. Like, I can give you an example here. Suppose, like in Australia, the hay fever or the hay allergy is quite, you can say, vast. It has a very big impact on the community here. But every person doesn't get hay fever or hay allergy. Why? We are breathing in the same air, isn't it? One person gets cold and cough and the other person doesn't. That shows that how your immunity, your body constitution, your genetic constitution works. And you have to understand, we help our clients to understand what it is, how your body is responding, what your body type is. In this way, a client can help to understand himself, his body language, his body signs, and he can treat himself. Yes.
That's great. So it's more of a holistic approach that you follow, and I'm sure that's the reason you have been able to touch more than 80,000 lives and help them till now.
Yes, absolutely.
That
Absolutely
that's
right.
that's great. That's great, Dr. Sumit. So, Dr. Sumit, now 2020 is coming. We are in November already. Next month is December. We will be in 2020. What are your goals for December? Sorry, what are your goals for the next year, 2020? Which all areas of your life, or what are you going to do?
See, I have dedicated my whole life to Ayurveda and yoga. And the
Nice.
first and the foremost thing I will wish to do in the next year is to make Ayurveda more accessible here,
In
so
Australia.
that in Australia, so that it can reach to more people, it can reach deeper to the community, and we can serve the community in a better way and to achieve the wellness and the health for all. That is actually the WHO goal for 2020, that health for all. So we can't achieve it by making big hospitals or giving them more, furnishing the hospital, giving them more advanced techniques, unless we try to teach the person how to treat yourself, how to heal yourself, or how to, you can say, activate the inner healer. So this is my first goal. Second would be, always I look upon my physicality and I will try to push the limits almost every year, that next year I'm going to achieve this and that. But this year, coming year, I'm more focusing about the breathing practices and the meditation practices to take them to the upper level for myself as well. And next thing I can say, I will surely visit back to India next year and meet my friends, meet my family, and also to meet my community there, so that we can do a bit more for back home as well.
Oh, nice. Nice idea, Dr. Sumit, to spread the Ayurvedic knowledge there in the Western world, in Australia especially, you're there only. And I am really sure that it is really going to impact a lot of lives even there. And the idea that you're picking up,
Yes,
you very well mentioned about this point, that it's not about, coming up with more and more technology and hospitals. That's not something which will actually really take the healthcare ahead. If we are able
yes,
to train people or coach people in terms of how can they take care of their lives on a daily basis, that's what will really bring the big change in the overall world. And I completely agree with that. And I love the idea you're coming to India. I'll definitely meet you when you're coming to India as well. And so
For sure, I will love to meet.
that's great. That's great. Perfect, Dr. Sumit. So we have come to that moment now. We have promised all our viewers and subscribers that Dr. Sumit is going to be sharing 9 scientifically tested and proven tips, which can help
Yes.
all of our subscribers and viewers with their health, wellness. How can they take it to the next level? And as we discussed, I'm sure that these are going to be so simple that almost everybody can do. So my recommendation to all of you who are watching us right now, please pay detailed attention to whatever Dr. Smith says right now and make a note of it so that you can follow all of these things in your life. So Dr. Smith, what are those tips that you were about to share with us?
Yes, absolutely. I am ready with that. But I just want to tell you that and request every viewer that these tips might look simple, but they work wonder. So please follow that, follow for a few months, and you can see the change very easily and a better change. I can promise you that. So to start with, like I always start giving any tips or advice from the morning. So early morning, just start your day with a glass of warm water every day, every day. No matter where you are, no matter what have you eaten last night, don't worry about anything. Have a glass of warm water. Yes, in the summer days, you can have normal water or normal tap water. You can say room temperature. No need to have cold water early in the morning. Most of the time, whenever you can, have warm water. It will help you to get rid of the toxins because body goes into repair mode when you're sleeping. And when you get up in the morning, body want to get rid of those toxins that are produced during that wear and tear and the repair work. So this glass of water will help you in washing out your body to get rid of those toxins. This is my first tip. And the second tip would be like we usually have a shower after all the cleaning up and the daily routine. So whenever you're having a shower or a bath, start from your feet. I can say in simpler words that wash your feet first. Why? Many of times people ask us why.
Yeah.
It is because that your body will adjust itself and your brain will get a signal that this temperature of water is gonna pour over your body. So it adjusts itself, the brain and your nerves and your senses adjust themselves to that temperature of water. All right, and it can help in the case of like chronic coryza, sinusitis, and sneezing as well. Like many people have problem of sneezing, they do sneeze a lot. So these kind of conditions can be treated, or this trick can be very helpful in such patients. Whenever you're having a shower or having a bath, start from your feet. All right.
Dr. Sumit, sorry to bother you this time. I would like to ask you one thing. As you have brought this point, this is an eye-opener, I think, for a lot of people. What about those people who, start taking shower right from the head itself? Are there any side effects or anything that they can go wrong with?
Yes, absolutely. It can go wrong. Like we must have noticed, or we all must have experienced that if you are having a cold shower, sometimes you get a gasp like, "Ah." But it should be avoided, I can say. Why? Because your body is not prepared to the temperature or the touch of water, whatever your body is gonna have. So it's better to let your body know firsthand that this could be the temperature of water that's gonna pour over your body. It's more of like informing yourself, informing your brain, informing your body that this is the water or this is the temperature that you are having a bath with. So otherwise, in the winter season, and if you're having a cold shower, in many cases it can hamper your heart health, or you can say it can trigger some cardiac events as well. So if you want to avoid any kind of cardiac event, better follow my advice.
Wow.
And the third one would be, do everything like eat, sleep, play, exercise, everything in a moderation. Moderation is the key in Ayurveda. Whatever you do it in a moderate way or in a moderate amount. What does that mean? Like if you are eating, some people, they're too busy in their way of life nowadays. Like most of the, you can say, metro city life is like that people go to work, they have their breakfast, lunch on the in the office, and they always rush. Please sit down and think about it. Why are you working? Aren't you working for your food? If you're working for your food, can't you have a proper and peaceful time to have your meal? Isn't it important? Please ask yourself. And if you do go for a play or do exercise, always do it according to your capacity, according to your strength, and slowly build it. All right. This is the moderation in exercise or like in playing and everything there. And sleep as well. If you sleep excessively sometimes, because people work 5 days very hard and then they want to spend the weekend only sleeping. I can tell you it is the right thing. Clients do tell us that we want to try, like, I want to sleep for the whole day. But if you sleep for the whole day, you will feel more lethargic and you will feel out of energy. So always remember this, that moderation is the key, whatever you are doing. So please do everything in moderation. And moderation is according to you, not according to me.
So, Dr. Sumit, how can people find what's moderate for them in terms of eating or maybe in terms of sleeping?
Yeah, good question. Like for eating, Ayurveda tells a very easy trick for that. Like usually while eating, if you get a burp, that is the right time to stop, because the last part of gas comes out with a burp from our stomach. That means the stomach is full, just done. Don't eat after that. Even if you don't get a burp, when you feel that you can have a little bit more, that is the right time to stop. Because Ayurveda say that always keep 1/3 of your stomach empty so that air can move through it, so that it can churn the food well, it can mix the food with digestive juices, and it can help the digestion to be done easily or without any discomfort, I can say. So if you get a burp, stop it. Even if you don't get a burp, when you feel that you can have a bit more, that is the right time to stop.
Oh. And how people can understand what's the moderation for sleep in terms of their sleep?
Yes, depends upon person to person again. We usually say 6 to 8 hours of sleep is very necessary and good to have, but the point is how much sound sleep you are having. And nowadays we are having all kind of gadgets, that Fitbits, Apple Watches, smart watches, everything is getting smarter, but not
Apart
us.
from human being.
Yes, exactly. So nowadays there are many kind of apps and gadgets that can tell you that how's your sleep, how much time you have the sound sleep, or you can say the REM sleep or the non-REM sleep.
Yeah.
But the point is, I will advise you that while sleeping, put your gadgets away so that you can have a sound sleep. Otherwise, these rays, the electromagnetic radiation, can interfere with your electric signals that are going through your body, and that can hamper your sleep and your balance, I can say. So, like, to find the right moderate quota of sleep is 6 to 8 hours, and on top of that, if you are doing exercise or going to gym or doing yoga, then you can relax consciously, then you will need a bit less sleep. Or in other words, you can say that you will work better even you get a less sleep, because you know how to relax in a conscious way.
That's true.
While breathing, while having DRT, while having Yoga Nidra, because we have plenty of techniques where you can relax your body and mind consciously. So I will always recommend everybody to learn few techniques that suits you, follow one thing that suits you, and practice that so that you can relax in a better way and you can get that sound sleep at the right time in a right way.
Nice.
Yes. And next thing, the next tip I want to tell you, that never eat without hunger. It's a very, very big statement, and people usually ask us that it's not that we can't differentiate between hunger and empty stomach. Most of the people are the clock watchers, you can say. They will have a look at the clock, and if it is 2 p.m., they will have their lunch. And if it is 8 p.m., they will have their dinner. They will not ask their body that is it necessary to have a meal now? And this is the root of every problem, because in Ayurveda we say roga sarve api mandayagno. It means that the root or the cause of all diseases is mand agni, that is your weakened digestive fire. What if you are keep on putting in without letting your digestive fire to digest the previous food properly? There is no fun of doing that. In this way, you only gonna collect the toxins, that is we call ama. Ama means not properly digested. And if your food is not properly digested, you will get nourishment which is not the proper nourishment. And here the vortex, or you can say the vicious circle, starts. Your body will start getting more lethargic, low in energy, and you will feel like not doing things from your heart. You will do it for your pay. Anyway, we have to do it, but not from your heart. So please look at yourself, that are you really hungry before having your meals? I will give you another trick for that, for all our viewers, that if it is the meal time, you can say lunch time or dinner time, have a glass of warm water almost half an hour or 40 minutes before meals. You will get a burp within 30-40 minutes. If it is an empty burp, that means your digestion is complete, you can have your meals. If you got a burp from the with a taste of previous food you have eaten, that means your digestion is not complete, it is still going on. So please wait for a while, have a glass of warm water, one more glass of warm water, and wait till you get the empty burp. And the third possibility could be that you will not get a burp. That also means that the digestion is going on. Please don't put anything in your system and wait. It's not gonna harm you in any way. Body has enough stocks of everything to nourish itself. So please give body its own time so that it can respond and react. Alright? So in this way you can find your actual hunger, and then you will relish your food in a better way if you are really hungry, isn't it?
True.
Yes.
I think this trick is very good for
Yes.
understanding, because a lot of people don't understand only the difference between an empty stomach and when you really feel hungry. So it's a very, very nice trick to really understand when you should actually eat. Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Sumeet.
Yes. Yes. And the next tip would be never eat heavy meals at night, or you can say for dinner. Why? Because during night you are going to sleep, and in the sleep body goes into the repair mode, and there is very less circulation towards the digestion. And if you are having heavy meals and you are going to sleep early, then that meal will not get digested properly. And this is the root of all problems. I already told you that if there is something indigested or not properly digested, it's surely gonna harm you in one way or the other. So please avoid heavy meals at night.
So, Dr. Sumit, any guidance in terms of by what time we should be done with our dinner?
Yes, good question. Usually your body clock will say that around 6 to 8,
Mm-hmm.
or if you stretch it a bit up till 9 is the right time for dinner. But after that, try avoid. But if you have to do your dinner after 9 or at 10 or late night, please have very light meals and avoid having anything oily, heavily processed, or heavy to digest. Please avoid this thing.
Okay.
And the next tip I'm going to share you with all is never eat curd or yogurt at night. It is a very, very important tip. I always tell to all of my clients that never eat curd or yogurt during night. Why? The next natural question would be why?
Yeah.
Because curd or yogurt has a quality called abhishandi. Abhishandi means it stops all the secretions of your body and it reduces the secretions of digestive juices, your hormones, or whatever secretions are there in your body. And if you are having heavy meals with the curd at night, your digestion is going to be a bit weaker anyway because you're going to sleep. You can imagine what will happen to your body if you are having curd, you are having heavy meals, and you are going to sleep. So nothing will get digested properly and things will start going the wrong way with this habit. And after a long run of time, after a long period, you will start getting problems in one way or the other.
Okay, I think this is again very helpful because I mean, being in South India, curd is a very, very integral part of diet here. And even if we see the north part of India, there also I have seen a lot of people, consuming curds without looking at the time in the evening, whether it is night, and thinking that actually curd is going to help them. So this is actually an eye opener, that. And another thing, not everything gives you a benefit just because it has a good property. Nice, good.
Yeah, one thing I want to add on here is like
Please.
people usually go by the constituents what they are eating. Like people will give you the logic that we can eat curd because it has calcium,
Yeah,
easily digestible calcium, proteins, blah blah blah. But the point is, you can get calcium from so many other sources.
that's true.
Have you ever looked upon the properties of what you are eating? I I think no, because most of the time I got this answer. No, we haven't thought about that. We have never actually we don't have that view in our mind that we should look about the properties of what we are eating. So please, I can request every viewer that please look at the properties of what you are eating because Ayurveda always rely upon the properties more than the constituents. I can give you another example that how to understand this constituent and property thing. See, every human, or you can say every person, has two eyes, two ears, one nose, one mouth. Almost every body structure is the same, but every person has different properties, isn't it?
Yeah,
The constituents are same, but the properties are different. So please always look for the property whatever you are eating.
that's a very good insight actually in terms of curd.
Yeah. Another very big tip, very big thing that never mix or never eat milk or milk products with salty items. Very big tip. Very important and strongly recommended. Why? Because is that this is what we call in Ayurveda the wrong combinations, or in the Ayurvedic terminology we call it viruddha ahar. Viruddh means that doesn't comply or that is not the right combination. Alright? So what it is gonna do to your body is Ayurveda says that whenever you mix milk or milk products with salty items, it can give you any kind of skin disease because blood will get impure if you keep on eating like this. Once a while or once a 6 months, if you do it like unknowingly or knowingly, whatever, body can take care of that thing. Body has that defense mechanism.
Yeah.
But if you are doing it every day knowingly, then it's a very good thing to get sick. I can say that. And you will get skin disease because whenever we treat a skin disease, this is the first recommendation we make. And I can say you that every skin disease has this kind of underlying cause in every client's lifestyle. So we try to bring that I told you, that we help our clients to recognize their wellness goals. In this way, we're gonna go deep under to recognize where the problem is lying actually. So if you want a good skin, a shiny skin, never eat milk or milk products with salty items.
Dr. Sumit, I have one small question here. So, we're talking right now about milk and salty products, right? So, when the milk is used in some process, like you are making a tea or coffee, and a lot of people have a habit of, having cookies or biscuits with tea or coffee. So, even that comes under this, or there are some properties of the milk which gets changed, and it is okay to have maybe biscuits with tea. Could you please?
A very intelligent question, I will say.
Yeah.
That when you make tea, the properties of milk get changed.
Okay.
Yes. But with coffee, I will say, because coffee is also pitta provocating, that it can increase your pitta. It is dry, it is hot. So better avoid any salty thing with tea or coffee as well.
Okay.
And if someone is suffering from any kind of skin disease, he or she should stop having this.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes.
So guys, no tea, coffee together with the biscuits.
With the salty biscuits especially.
Yes. And I guess it's very rare to find also any biscuit which does not have salt, I think.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
And the next one, I will say that please avoid all the refined and processed eatables from your daily food habits. Like a refined sugar, refined eatables, like some people are non-veg and they eat processed meat. That is not good in the longer run. And refined oils, that's not good. So I will say, I put it in this way, that please come back to basics. Be raw, be original, and try to accept that the original things are always better than the refined ones. And try to avoid if you are using anything refined in your daily eating habits. Yes. And lastly, I will say to all of our viewers that please take some time for yourself. Give your body some time so that you can be a good friend of yourself. So please in your daily routine, or you can say busy daily routine, please take some time to do yoga, meditation, exercise, walk, or whatever you like. Just give some time to yourself so that you can find yourself, you can find your inner being, so that you can be more healthy and you can heal yourself whenever is needed. Yes.
Great, Dr. Sumit. So these tips are really, in my view, have a lot of potential to actually make almost everybody healthier. Because the great thing about all of these tips, that all of these tips are part of our daily lifestyle, and almost everybody can start to apply this, given the willingness is there or not. But I request all of you, whoever is watching right now this video, that these tips are tips, which you can go ahead and start to apply and lead a healthier lifestyle without any yoga teacher, any Ayurveda doctor, or anybody who can help you with. If you continue to follow these things, you are already reducing the chances of you visiting or meeting all of those people. So great. Thank you so much, Dr.
Absolutely.
Sumit. You have really, shared a lot of insightful tips here, which are going to be, I'm sure it's going to be really, really helpful for all the subscribers and all the members of our community as well. And thank you so much for taking out time, and coming on the show, sharing all of these tips, sharing your journey and your plans for even 2020. And I really enjoyed, talking to you on this show and got to know more about you. I've been knowing you from a very long time because of our yoga journey together, but today I also got to know a lot about you. So great. Thank you so much for taking out time and coming on the show.
Thank you for having me here, Naveen. I always love to talk with you, discuss with you, and so that we can be valuable part of our community in the people's journey to heal themselves. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Smith. You're doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you.